Hello and welcome to the Lovesockwool YouTube channel. My name is Sarah and this is my channel where I chat about what I've been working on in terms of knitting, crochet, sewing, whatever it is I happen to be working on, I will show it to you. So it has been quite some time since I've recorded. I think it's been since November 2024, I think. I'm so sorry. It takes me a long time in between. We've had a lot going on. I have lots to share with you today. I've got socks, Scrappy projects, a little bit of crochet, some fun life update news, and yeah, let's just jump right into it. Today is May 13th. It is hot and sunny outside. I'm trying to squeeze this recording in right before I have to go pick up Juliet early from school because I gotta take her to an orthodontist appointment. So I may end up recording this episode in chunks. So I may record about socks right now and then come back later and talk about Scrappy projects. We'll see how much I can get in before I have to leave. First of all, how are you doing? Are you doing well? I sure hope so. I hope you're enjoying spring if you're in this part of the world. It has been the most beautiful spring here in Minnesota. I think the most beautiful spring I've ever experienced here. It's already been actually unseasonably hot, which I don't like so much, but I mean, I'm talking like 90 degrees hot. Like there's warning, like I keep getting warnings from the weather app about like the air quality and don't burn any fires because there's like fire hazards because it's so dry. Anyway, let's just get right into showing you some socks. So I think I've got 3 finished pairs to show you and maybe actually and 3 whips. That's right. First pair I'm going to show you, I actually already have them on the sock blockers. I finished the Felici Lisa socks. Actually, I think I finished these a couple weeks ago. But here they are in all their glory. I know everyone's knitting these right now because Lisa of Knit All the Yarn podcast is hosting a fun Knit All the Stripes knit along, and she just finished her pair. And I think Kayla, Crazy Sock Lady, is working on her pair of Lisa socks. So it's fun to see everyone's knitting Lisa right now. It is arguably the most beautiful colorway of this line of Felici. I think it is. I mean, that hot pink is everything. I love it. And then I did just a regular white knit pick stroll for the heel and heel turn. So I'm so happy I got these done. And when I was finished with these, I immediately cast on another Felici sock. I'll show you those next. Well, let me just get them on the sock blockers here. They look so nice on sock blockers. Are you guys knitting any Felici right now? I feel like it's all the rage. I don't have any on the needles at the moment, so I need to go pick another color from my stash and get another one on the needles. I just have some other whips I gotta finish first that I'm trying to be principled with my sock knitting. All right. This is my next pair of Felicis I got finished, and this is General Store. And I just truly loved knitting these. I don't know what it is about this colorway. I think I found it very calming for some reason. I just love it. I don't know what it is. I love this rusty brown color and the really pale peach. And I knit the heel and heel turn in Knit Pick Stroll, the Paisley Heather colorway. Isn't that pretty purple? It's showing up super bright on the screen, but I don't think it's quite that bright in real life, but it is very, very pretty. I'm using it a lot for heel turns. I don't know why it's called General Store. Do general stores look like this? Because to me, when I see this, it reminds me of like the 1960s or the 1970s. But yeah, I'm so happy I got these finished. I think I finished these on Friday last week. Okay. And then I've got one more finished pair to show you. Let me get it on the sock blocker here. I have recently joined Freckled Whimsy's monthly club and her Nature's Palette monthly club. And I've only gotten 1 month's worth yet, the May months. So I'll be showing you that shortly. But I think this colorway that I'm about to show you is maybe from a past monthly club. I'm not 100% sure, but I love it. This is my lucky yarn, so I'm assuming it's like a St. Patrick's Day colorway, but it's so pretty. I just love these bright greens. And then I chose to do kind of a rainbow speckle variegated yarn for the heel flap heel turn in Pineapple Yarns, and the colorway is Spectrum. It's so pretty. I love it. So I finished those. So that's all my finished sock pairs for right now. So now I'll go into my sock whips, and that was a segue. Oh, into the monthly clubs. So I'll show you the May monthly club from Freckled Whimsy is, I only have 1 sock done, but it's the monthly club Kiss Among the Tulips. This is the mini that it came with, super fun, bright, hot pink. And this is the Kiss Among the Tulips. I have the first sock done, but I have not started the second one. But it is in the queue to be cast on as soon as I get some of my whips done. My current sock whips. Isn't that gorgeous? It's all my favorite colors. Pinks and greens, and I love this is pale green, but it almost reads like it's white on the screen, but it is pale green. I always get Freckled Whimsy's yarn on the Splendid sock base, which is my favorite base. It's my favorite base to knit with. I dropped the thing, can't reach it. It's an 85-15 superwash merino nylon, and it's just very plump, soft, squishy, a pure delight to knit with. I love it so much. She's one of the few self-striping dyers who has this base. I think the only other dyer I know of that does self-striping in this base is called Biscotte Yarn, and I believe they're based in Canada, but they have a New Jersey store, so I think you can kind of order them and you'll get it fairly quickly because it's coming from the New Jersey store. I don't know, but they have lovely self-striping yarns as well. Okay, let me show you my current sock whips. I only have 2 on the go. Oh, no, I lied. I have 3. But I'm really only working on 2 right now. The third one I just keep forgetting about. But we've just been so busy lately, which I'll explain why in a little bit. But I've been so busy lately, I can only really work on 2 socks at once, 2 sock whips at once. But really, I can only really work on 1. I can only knit 1 thing at a time, but I go back and forth, you know. So I have been knitting this lovely yarn. This is also Knit Picks, and it's from the Static line, and I believe this colorway, which I don't remember the name because I don't have the tag anymore, and it's been in my stash for probably 3 or 4 years. I can't remember when I first bought this, but I believe it was in the first round when they first came out with the Static line, which is, it's a self-striping yarn, but it's just kind of, it's very random, like Static, I guess. But isn't it pretty? I love all these purples. And of course I did the Paisley Heather for the contrast. This sock I decided to knit toe up. So I cast on, I always do a Turkish cast on for toe up socks. And when I'm done with the toe, I knit 80 rounds of stockinette, then I do the fish lips kiss heel, and then for the leg I knit 65 rounds and then 28 rounds of 2x2 for the cuff. And then I did the Jenny's Surprisingly Stretchy bind off, which really is surprisingly stretchy. It's quite amazing. Like there's just no, you could just keep going. It's great and very easy to do. So I do have the second sock going, and I'm already past the heel and working up the leg. So I'm hoping I can get to the cuff. Even if I don't finish this today, I'm hoping I can get to the cuff. But like I said, I can't take Julia to the door with it honest. She's got a soccer game tonight. There's a lot of coming and going today, so I don't have a lot of knitting time. I've also been enjoying doing what I see a lot of other knitters doing, like Kayla, Crazy Sock Lady, 72 Stitches, Lisa, Jenny Lee Knits, Wyoming Knits, where for your socks, every 10 rounds, you put a light bulb stitch marker. And I'm really on board with this. I really am enjoying it because I used to think, oh, I don't need to do that. It's ubiquitous. I can count to 10, it's fine. But in my old age, I can't count anymore. I just can't. I'll think I've knit more than I did, and then I'll realize, nope, I didn't. So if I use the stitch markers, it kind of keeps me on track. But when I knit toe-up socks, I always, to knit my socks for myself, I always knit 80 rounds, so I need 80 light bulb stitch markers. And then when I go to knit the leg, I just take them from the foot and move them up to here. And I only need 6 of them for the leg, because I usually only knit 65 rounds for the leg. So yeah. So hopefully I can get these done. If not today, maybe tomorrow. And I'm excited about that. And I'm also excited that this is kind of deep stash. It's rare for me to actually knit my deep stash. I'm trying to do better about, like, you know, I have lots of lovely yarn. I need to knit it. Let me just get this cake a little more under control here. Okay. All right, so that's first sock whip. Second sock whip is probably the funnest sock I've ever knit. It's so bright. I love it so much. Let me just put on the sock blocker. It needs to have a sock blocker to show its beauty. So this is Area 51 fibers. Whoa! It's so bright. I love it so much. And this is National Find a Rainbow Day. I actually have the tag. So Area 51 fibers, National Find a Rainbow Day. It's basically just all neon. It's a neon rainbow with neon rainbow speckles. I just love that. My favorite self-striping sock yarn will have a speckle stripe. So this fits the bill perfectly. And then I did contrast heels and toes in Stitching with Yarn slap bracelet. And this is on a sparkle base, which I don't know if the camera can pick up the sparkle, but it is a sparkle base. And this was the slap bracelet colorway. It was the first pair of socks I finished last year for summer sock camp. So, and I just love knitting slap bracelet. I'm glad it goes really well. It goes really well with the purple neon stripe there. And I do have sock number 2 going. I am through the heel flap. I just need to turn the heel and pick up the gusset. And then it will just fly. So I'm excited. I have both of my sock whips that are second socks, and they're both half done or almost half done. Okay, third sock whip that I'm not actually really working on, but it is on the go, and it is a second sock, so we'll see if I can. I don't know if I can get this one done anytime soon, but I'm gonna try. This is Potions and Pearls. And she's on Etsy, Potions and Pearls. She has gorgeous colorways. She also uses the 8515 sock base. This was her Easter colorway. It's called Easter Parade. And it was a sock set. It came with this pretty pink, which I used for the cuffs and the toe. And then I just wanted to use a green for the heel. This is also Potions and Pearls in the Charmed colorway, which I think was a St. Patrick's Day colorway from last year, maybe? Isn't that pretty? It's so beautiful. I knit this one super fast. And then I got the second one going. Here's the yarn. But this is as far as I've gotten. It's been sitting on my bedside table upstairs, and so it hasn't been downstairs. That's probably why I keep forgetting about it. And I had finished the first sock like right before Easter Sunday, and then I got the second one going on Easter, and then Easter was done, so then I put it down. So that's what happened. So those are my sock whips. Yeah. Oh, I have one more sock to show you. I am not done. This is a finished first sock. I don't have the second one on the go yet, but I'm planning to get it going soon. I just want to get, the rainbow sock and the static sock done before I cast on anymore, because right now with how busy we are, I cannot have more than 2 or 3 sock whips going. I just can't, because I won't work on them. I don't have time. So I've learned this. It's taken me decades to learn this about myself, that I just need to have a few on the go. You know me, I've always had sometimes up to 30 sock whips on the go, but I don't knit them. They might be on the go, but they're not getting knit. So I've learned at long last, if I want to actually finish things, I need to have less socks on the go. Look at how pretty this is. I have to do some explaining about this sock. So this is a Homespun House Patreon sock yarn, but it's 2 different colors. So I have these 2 colors here. I'll explain what I did. So if you're familiar with Molly of a Homespun House, her Patreon sock sets that she does, if you sign up at that level, you get a sock set. It's a 50-gram skein and a 20-gram mini. And then you also get 3 little 10-gram skeins. But the sock set is 70 grams. So the way I like to knit socks, 50 grams, even with the 20-gram mini, it's not enough to make the leg length that I want with just 50 grams. So what I had to think about it, and I was like, what if I took 2 Patreon 50-gram skeins that kind of went together, or that I liked how they looked together, and I'll use one color for the leg and then the other color for the foot. And then that way I have enough yarn to knit the size sock that I know I like to knit. So that's what I did. This color is the most recent Patreon. It's from, this is the April colorway, and it's called, I think, might have been the March colorway. I don't know. It's called Spring Fling, but it's the latest one that I received. And I knit the leg in Spring Fling, did the heel flap, heel turn, and then for the gusset, I alternated every other row with the 2 colors. And then for the foot, I switched to this color, which I believe is called Heartbreaker, and it was the February colorway from 2024, which Molly actually gifted me this. She sent it to me in a yarn order, and that was so nice of her. Molly, if you're watching this, thank you so much. It's so pretty, and it goes so nicely, I think, with Spring Fling. So I was so excited when I came up with this idea, because I just wanted to get to the gusset where I knew I was going to be knitting every other row in each of the colors so I could blend the colors together. And then once I was finished with the gusset, I switched to just Heartbreaker. And I just love how it turned out. I think it's so fun. And then of course I did all the different contrast colors for cuffs, heels, and toes. So I don't have the second one on the needles yet, but hopefully soon. Once I get some other stuff off the needles, I would really like to get this one done. I knit this sock in probably 2 or 3 days. Like that's how quickly it came together because I was just having so much fun with it. So I'm excited to try this idea with other like leftover sock yarns that maybe you have 30, 40, 50 grams of each one left over, and maybe they kind of go together. Maybe they don't kind of go together, but you still want to, you know, knit one yarn on the leg and the other on the foot, and then you just blend them together for the gusset. I'm excited to try this with other yarns, like maybe with Hedgehog, because I have lots of leftover Hedgehog. So it's kind of a fun way to do a scrappy sock, but you're really only doing 2 colors. Anyway, I'm excited about it. I want to do more of this. Okay, is that it for socks? I think it might be. I mean, there's always more socks. I have like a whole box upstairs that has single socks, and I just have not cast on the second ones yet. That's a thing, but I don't count them as whips because the second ones has not been started yet, so they don't count yet. Okay, before I go into scrappy projects, because I just have 2 I'm going to show you. One is crochet and the other's knitting. I'll share with you our life news that is exciting. So many of you may know, so we live in the state of Minnesota. We're in St. Paul currently, and have been. We've lived here for 14 and a half years, which is insane to me. And we had moved here because we did have family here. Ben's brother's family lived here, but they moved to California in, I think, 2015. And then Ben's parents did live here, but then they moved in like 2021 or 2020, I can't remember. So long and the short of it is we don't have family here. All my family's in North Carolina, and there's nothing holding us here. So my friends, we're moving, and we're in the process of packing up the house right now. The house is on the market. We do have an offer. Nothing's finalized yet, so hopefully nothing falls through, but hopefully that will be able to close soon. We are moving back to our property that is near Anchorage, Alaska. So Ben was in the military in the Army from 2006 to 2010. So his first duty station was in Anchorage, Alaska at Fort Richardson. And we had bought a house there when we moved there originally. And when we went to our second duty station, which was in Germany, that was 2008. Does anyone remember 2008? Just go watch the movie The Big Short with Brad Pitt, and that will explain everything. Long and the short of it is we couldn't sell our house. So we kept it, which at first that was like stressful. That was like, oh, we can't sell our house, oh no. But it's actually turned out to be a wonderful blessing because we've been able to rent it out this whole time. And now we get to go back there and enjoy that beautiful property. It's nestled in a valley surrounded by mountains right near a glacier-fed lake. It's absolutely stunning, and I'm excited that we get to go back there and enjoy that property. It's not a permanent move. We're gonna take it year by year, but it'll probably just be for a few years that we'll enjoy that property, get to kind of give that house some love and some updating and work on it a bit. And then most likely we will then move closer to my family, somewhere on the East Coast, whether it's North Carolina. Ben's work is headquartered in Florida. So we actually won't be in Alaska for the whole year, for the months of October, November, December, we will be in Florida, near the Miami area for those 3 months because Ben needs to be on the ground closer to his company. And yeah, so we're gonna be living in 2 radically different locations, as far north as you can get and not as far south as you can get, but you know, they're very opposite ends of the USA, that's for sure. So we're very excited and I would love to take you along with, and hopefully I'll be able to record more. I am not working as a nurse anymore. My last day was 2 weeks ago, and which is sad because I loved working as a nurse again. That was such a cool experience. It was very stressful and very tiring. I think just now I'm beginning to unwind from kind of how stressful it was working as a nurse. And I worked at a local hospital that just is a very high acuity. We see the sickest people there, like, which, I mean, that's sad, but also it was kind of cool just from a learning perspective because I learned so much. I feel like I learned more working at that hospital than anywhere else I've ever been. So it was very cool. And I'm very, very thankful I had the opportunity to do that. And the reason why I worked as much as I did was just because we wanted to be able to have our kids in the schools that they're in. And now that Marshall is graduating, that tuition is done. So I did my job. I got him graduated. Although technically he's not graduated yet. He's got like a couple more weeks, but it's coming up. But the last payments have been made for his tuition. So I'm very thankful that I was able to contribute to that and support him and Juliet. So anyway, we are all caravanning to Anchorage, Alaska, starting June 13th. We've rented a trailer and we're driving our Jeep and our truck. The truck's gonna pull the trailer. And I think there's 4 of us, so Priscilla, Marshall, myself, and Ben. We can all drive. So between the 4 of us, we're gonna all be taking turns driving each of the vehicles. And it's gonna take us maybe a week and a half to 2 weeks to get there. We have to drive through Canada. We're also gonna have our dog and our cat with us. So that's gonna be exciting. Yeah, it's gonna be real. But yes, I'm hoping I can share that journey. I don't know that I can necessarily do YouTube videos. Maybe I'll just do Instagram stories along the way. So yes, you can follow along if you like. Oh yeah, I'm Lovesockwool on Instagram, if you care to follow me there. Okay, let's chat a bit about Scrappy projects. So when I finished my Lisa socks, at that time, I mean, I'm always watching Knit All the Yarn with Lisa, 72 Stitches. She had started a jelly roll blanket with all her leftover Felici. And I had just finished my Felici socks. I was like, I wanna do that. And so I did. I started a jelly roll. Now, I don't have as much leftover Felici as she does. I just want my jelly roll to be all self-striping yarn. So any yarn that's a self-striping yarn, whether it's commercially dyed, Felici, Freckled Whimsy, whatever, Area 51, it's all fair game. It can go into my self-striping blanket. And so right here is where I started, and this is Lisa right here. And then I went into this, the next colors up is Freckled Whimsy. That's the Advent from 2024. And then this is Abby Grasso, the Birthday Cake colorway. And let's see, when did, oh, there's, this is my Lucky Yarn, Freckled Whimsy. This is Biscotte yarn. Let's see, actually it was called Patrick Knits, but I think Patrick Knits is Biscotte yarn. Like, he's the owner, I think, but his self-striping line used to be called Patrick Knits, but now it's just part of Biscotte yarn. This is also Patrick Knits or Biscotte. So I am already on the 4th strip. I am, oops, hold on. You can't see it because I have it I'm using DPNs, like 6-inch DPNs. And so I have to put like stitch markers so that I don't, don't lose my stitches. This is also viscose yarn. Self-striping. And I'm just using 2.5 millimeter needles. Right now I'm just using 6-inch DPNs, although I probably should switch to 8-inch or even just do a, like a circular needle. But anyway, I'm already on the 4th strip. I can't believe myself. And then I knit the length. I think I can, it's longer than my wingspan. I believe it's roughly 60 inches, which is all I wanted it to be. I'm 6, no I'm not, I'm 5'6", so that would be 66 stitches if I wanted it to be like my full length, but I'm fine with 60 stitches, that's perfectly fine. Ooh, that's the static of the sock I'm knitting right now. This is like some random, like commercially dyed yarn. This is also Abby Grosso in the Coral Reef colorway. This colorway I actually have in my Etsy Destash right now. I just had stolen a little bit of it to put in my blanket, but the rest of it is in my Etsy Destash, which I'll put a link to that below. Let's see what else. This one, I forget what, that's another commercially dyed self-striped, but I can't remember the name of it. This is Mustache, that's the Doctor. And then that little bit right there, that's also Freckled Whimsy. So anyway, it's just so fun. Like I'm kind of obsessed with this project. It's really, really fun to do. So I'm hoping to take, the plan right now, unless I change my mind, but the plan right now is to take this on the road trip to Alaska. This is gonna be my travel project, my travel scrappy project. And in this basket here that it's in, let me see if I can show you without everything falling all over the place. Everything's gonna fall all over the place, but I've got a lot of leftover self-striping yarns in here. I also have another basket full of leftover self-striping yarn, so I have lots of material to get through. I also have been buying yarn for this blanket because I'm like, I don't have enough self-striping in my stash, I need more. So, not Freckled Whimsy, Area 51, well, every now and then we'll have self-striping mini skeins in her shop. So, and they're very reasonably priced. So I got a couple of those. These, let's see, some of these are Star Wars inspired. I believe this is Ewok. And they're only 10 grams, which is perfect for this blanket. I think this is Jar Jar Binks. This one is Sith Lord. It's that same yummy base. This one is April Showers. And I think this one with the pretty pink, I think this one is called Blooming Bouquet. So it's like kind of like a spring-like one. And then on the blanket, I already knit one of the minis that I got from Area 51 right here. So this stripe, this was one of the Area 51 minis. So this is the length I can get out of a 10 gram Area 51 mini, which is so fun. I love that. So I'm gonna keep an eye on her shop if she puts up any more self-striping minis in her shop. It's a great way to buy yarn and to add it to your scrappy projects. So I'm so excited about this, and I'm very motivated to purchase self-striping yarn because I want to have it for this blanket. So I have a couple of skeins here already that I'm excited to add to it. Either I'll wind it up and pull off a little ball from my blanket and then knit socks with it later, or I'll knit socks first and then, you know, put it in my blanket. I've got the Freckled Whimsy Sunshine and Snow Cones. This is so pretty. I love how like rainbowy it is, and that blue with it is so pretty. And of course it is on the Splendid base because it is splendid. And then I've got an Area 51. This is so fun. Roller Disco Queen. I love it. It's another kind of crazy rainbow with a white stripe. I cannot wait to put that one on my blanket. And then I've got my leftovers of this. Where is that yarn? This is the leftover from the first sock. Cause so the Area 51 yarn, it comes in 50-gram put-ups or 50-gram hanks. So if you want to knit a pair of socks, you need two of these. So I bought two of these. I only bought one of these because I was just buying this for my blanket. So we'll see. Maybe I could knit a shorty pair and still have a little bit left over for my blanket. But I mainly just bought this for my blanket. Okay, what else can I show you? Is there anything else? I think that was it. I'm very excited about this blanket. I love it so much. Are you knitting a jelly roll right now? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't tell you who it's by. This is by Kay of the Bakery Bears. She is famous for this blanket. So many people are knitting this. You can knit it. It's just, you knit strips and then, you know, it's very modular. You can make it as big or as small as you want, and you can make it any length you want. You can use any thickness of yarn you want. You can double strand yarn and do a DK weight one if you're using fingering weight. I have one of those on the go as well. So right now I only have 2 jelly rolls going. The DK weight one is packed already. I've already packed all of my projects that I'm taking with. Some of them didn't make it. Some of them got the axe. But of the ones I'm keeping, they're already packed. But this is out because I'm still working on it, and I'm hoping to take this with on our trip. I have another Scrappy project I want to take on the trip as well, and just because I love it, and I tend to travel with this project. So this is crochet, and it's my linen stitch blanket. It's just kind of a rectangular, you know, back and forth. Let me see, where's the end of it? Where's the beginning and where am I working on? This one is not as ginormously huge. I don't even think it's as wide as my wingspan. Let me hold it. Yeah, it's this big. You can see the rainbows from the sun from the leaded crystal window on the blanket. So that's how big it is. I think I've been working on this for maybe 2 years. Or maybe even just 1.5 years. I'm not sure because I can't fully remember when I started it. But it's all fingering weight yarns, and it's the linen stitch. It's also called moss stitch. It's also called granite stitch. But it's just the easiest crochet stitch you could possibly do. But it creates the most wonderful fabric, and I think for crochet it kind of looks like knitting. It looks, or weaving. I don't know why, but I just find this particular stitch of crochet very sophisticated. I really, really love it. It looks good in any yarn. It's like perfect for scrappy goodness. So I want to take this on my trip as well. And go back and forth between the jelly roll and my linen stitch blanket. And right now I think I'm knitting, or I'm sorry, crocheting. I had made a magic cake of just leftover sock yarns. So I think right now it's coming from the middle. It was one of the Molly's Patreon yarns. It's just that top row right there. It's probably not gonna, I didn't have a whole lot left, so it's probably not going to get me very many rows, but that's okay, because like you can use up every last little bit of your leftover yarn. So I have this little magic cake to finish crocheting up, and then I have another small, this is also leftover Patreon, a homespun house. Just a few little colors and a little magic cake there. So I'll probably do that one next. And then I have a big magic knot cake to take with. I have no idea what is in here because I made this a long time ago. So it'll be fun, it'll be a surprise. I have no idea what yarns are in here. So that's all ready to go for crocheting that into my blanket. So yeah, I do highly recommend the linen stitch for scrappy projects. And you barely need a recipe. If I can find a link, I'll put one. You just do a chain as long as you want your blanket to be. And then the first row, you just do a single crochet into every chain all the way across. And then when you turn, what is it? You like single crochet in like the second one from the hook. Single crochet, chain one, then in the next single crochet, or like you skip one single crochet, do a single crochet, chain one, skip one, do a single crochet, chain one, all the way across. And then it's just so easy. You do not have to think. You can just enjoy. And you are creating fabric. There is something magical about creating fabric. I don't know why, but it just is. And the thing with it, even though it's crochet, look at this. You can't see through it. There are no holes. It's solid fabric. It's so great. So yes. I love it. I love it so much. I think it's my favorite scrappy crochet project. I do have a corner to corner scrappy blanket going. It's packed. I'm not very far along with that. I do love that one as well. But this is the one that I think I love the best. Look, I can fold it. It can be folded like fabric. Okay. Let's tuck this back in the bag here. All right, I probably need to get going because I got to get to the school and pick up Juliet. Got to take her for her last orthodontist appointment. That's the thing that's been stressing me out, is that she's in mid-treatment. But when we move, we have to get a new orthodontist. I'm just not sure how that's going to go. I mean, it's fine. It'll be fine. She does Invisaligns, and the way our current orthodontist, the way they do things is she has all her aligners and she scans her mouth with this contraption on my phone. We don't even have to go in for appointments because it's all done online, like with AI technology. It's crazy. But I think she only has like 5 aligners left in the set that she has. So it's possible we could keep doing just online orthodontist if they can make her next set of aligners, and we'll just take them with us and they just keep scanning our mouth with the app on my phone. So it might be all fine, but we got to go and talk to them and see, like, how do we do this? How do we transition to another orthodontist when she's like mid-treatment already? It is a lot of work to wrap up your life when you've lived somewhere for so long, because you're already establishing like doctors and orthodontists and dentists, and so it's hard to move, but it's a good change. We are very excited, and yeah, I think that's all I have right now. Oh wait, no, I'm gonna do another segment after I get back from my errands today. Because I want to share with you my Etsy Destash, because we're moving, I am trying to downsize as much as possible so that I'm not taking so much with. I'm taking a lot, but I need to downsize more. So keep an eye on my Etsy Destash, but I'm going to do another little segment and I'll show you some of the stuff that's still in my shop. I've got some good stuff, and I've got lots of great like leftover yarns that if you're into scrappy projects like I am and you want yarn to add to your scrappy projects, I'm your girl. Check out my Destash. Okay, I'm gonna let you go. God bless you and take care. Enjoy this beautiful spring and yeah, enjoy your knitting and crochet and I will chat with you soon. Bye.